Welcome to the Lorcana Podcast. I am the Hobbyist Novice. I'm joined by my co-host today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Zbexx. Excited to be here with you for our first episode.
The inaugural episode of the Lorcana Podcast. We're really excited to be doing this. We've been talking about doing something together for a little bit now, so really excited to have you along with me for this journey for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to talk about all things Lorcana, get more people excited to play Lorcana, keep people who are already playing up to date with news.
Yeah, a great time to jump back into with Fabled. Maybe a little bit of background on ourselves too for everyone who might be new to either one of us. If you don't know me, I'm the Hobbyist Novice, a YouTube channel, but we will find most of my stuff. I am on Instagram too, but I don't do a ton on there, honestly. Most of my stuff you'll find over the videos on YouTube on a weekly basis, usually around Saturday or Sunday. Mostly around Disney Lorcana and a couple other TCGs as well.
That's awesome. I love looking at your videos, especially I watched your recent pack opening video from Fabled. You've got some awesome content for people to check out besides the podcast.
Appreciate it. You as well, of course.
Oh, thank you. And if you're just meeting me for the first time, hello, everyone. I'm Zbexx. I'm a professional cosplayer and trading card game personality. I make content around Magic the Gathering and Disney Lorcana, and I also make a ton of cosplays. I've made over 50 cosplays from Magic, and I've got 2 under my belt for Lorcana and hope to grow that even more and get feedback from you guys of what cosplays you'd like to see from Disney Lorcana. So I've been making content for a long time now and super excited to do this podcast with the Hobbyist Novice. We've got a bunch of excitement around this game that we can't wait to share with you, especially tips and tricks for how to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've had some great cosplays from Lorcana. If you want to talk about them a little bit, I know they've been out there on the internet quite a bit.
Oh yeah, my very first one, I went to Gen Con when Lorcana had its initial launch, and I prepared only from what was available of the card previews, Tinkerbell Tiny Tactician. We didn't quite yet have the Tinkerbell Giant Fairy revealed at that time. Otherwise, I would have done that one. So then my second Lorcana cosplay, I followed it up with Snow White, Fair-Hearted. She's going to be really powerful once we get more knight support, and the art is just so beautiful with her shield and the little bird on her finger. So cute.
Yeah, those both looked amazing. I absolutely love the Snow White. I remember when I first saw them, like, oh my God, that is so cool. It was so cool just seeing people jump into cosplay right away with Lorcana in general.
Yeah, cosplay is such a great way to get into the community, especially if you're not that confident of a trading card game player. It allows you to really embody the characters and have fun dressing up and have other people appreciate your love for the game and for Disney just by embodying a cool character.
That's awesome. Do you have any conventions you're going to be going up to soon?
I do. I'll be at MagicCon Atlanta in September, and I'm looking at the Disney Lorcana challenges. There's one coming up right away that I believe tickets have already sold for, but I'm looking at the 2 in 2026, either in February or the summer. What about you? Are you going to any conventions soon?
I'm going to try to get to the Lorcana event in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But that's pretty soon. Like, so they did sell out. So kind of more of like hoping that something will come through on those. And then the one in Virginia in 2026, I'm really hoping to get to. I think that's in early January 9th and 10th. I think that one is. So hoping to at least get to that one. And then PAX Unplugged is like one of my main shows that I head to. So I'll definitely be there for sure. It's like a hometown show for me.
Cool. Yeah, we've got both sides of the coast represented here, East Coast and West Coast. So no matter where you are, you might be able to run into one of us at your local convention.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we're talking a little bit about people getting back into the game and, tips and tricks and things. Fabled is coming out this week as we're recording this, and it's kind of a game changer in many ways for Disney Lorcana. It could be an intro for many into the game. It could be for those maybe coming back to the game as well, if you maybe left the game for a little bit. And the biggest thing about it is set rotation. So it's a whole reset to the game. So what are your initial thoughts on Fabled?
First off, I'm really excited because we're getting a bunch of reprints that I really like. such as Tinkerbell Giant Fairy. So some of my favorite cards that I've played with for the past 2 years are coming back. But we also have some new properties coming in, like a Goofy movie and Dumbo, which I think a Goofy movie is a huge draw, especially for people of our age group. Maybe not as much the younger generation, but what a great way to get to see that movie for the next generation, right? So I'm very excited. And rotation, I'm very happy that they chose to do this for a couple of reasons. If you played during the first chapter, product was really hard to get. And I think that was kind of a turnoff for some people looking into the get into the game. Now with Fabled, it's a lot more available. We have a lot more stores. If you're looking to jump in, now's a good time because you don't have to worry about running into a bunch of decks that are tuned up with really powerful cards from the past 2 years. We kind of get a fresh start, a reset. Should we take a moment to explain what rotation is for people that are unfamiliar?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, especially if you're newer to TCGs, like for me personally, Lorcana was the first TCG that I really got into. It was the first one that really brought me in. I did play Pokemon before a little bit, but Lorcana's the first one I guess I kind of went all into. So I didn't fully understand rotation until maybe like a couple sets in. But rotation, just to give you guys an idea, first off, now as we're heading into Fable, the first 4 sets of Disney Lorcana are pretty much going away in a sense. So those first 4 sets, if there are certain cards that are not being reprinted in Fabled, you can use them in the core constructed format. So those 4 sets are the first chapter, Rise of the Floodborn, Into the Inklings, and Ursula's Return. Those would be the 4 sets you're looking at for this. Now, there are, of course, cards like we were talking about that are being reprinted from those first 4 sets that you'll be able to use in now moving forward with Fabled. Those first 4 sets, though, not to be super confusing, but there is going to be another format coming out or is out called Infinity, where you'll be able to use all the cards that you might already own if you're a current player of the game, and not just getting into the game as well. So definitely it could be confusing, some newer to the TCG. If anything you might want to add to that too, feel free. I know you're a bit more of a TCG veteran than myself.
Yeah, so for existing players, it's nice because there will be powerful cards like Rockstar Stitch that did get reprinted, that if you already own them and they were expensive to get the first time around, you already have them. So if that's what you want to play, you don't have to reacquire it. At the same time, a deck where that card was very popular and had a bunch of cards like Ariel with Singer 5 and Cinderella with Singer 2. I'm just thinking of some Amber cards that were all in the same deck. You don't have to worry about picking up 4 of those cards that had gone up in the secondary market by quite a bit, or even opening them from a pack. As a collector and player, you get a new chance to play, whether you had cards or not. It's kind of a nice reset. And like you said, with Infinity constructed, okay, so what if those cards are no longer legal? You can still play with all of them. There's just a different format. So when you sit down to play with someone, you might ask, are we playing Infinity or Core?
Yeah, absolutely. And just to one thing, kind of a side note too, when we say courts and constructed, those are like official events. Like if you're going to league or anything like that. But if you want to still play with these cards at home in your normal, you can. I've actually seen a bunch of comments on that saying like, hey, I can't play these at home anymore. I'll play them at home if I want to. But I think it was just, so you can play with whatever you want at home. This is just more like for official events and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you could still play an Infinity constructed deck against a Core constructed deck with those legality. It just, if you are going to an official event, there are certain cards and decks, the meta, so to speak, will switch up and be a little bit different, which if you're getting into the game is nice because everybody's going to have to figure out what the new best deck is. So because everybody's experimenting and finding the best combination of cards, it makes it nice for new players to get in and not feel like they're getting pounded to the ground when they first play, as well as there's just room for existing players to brew some really creative decks.
Yeah, that's honestly what I'm most excited for. I think, a lot of people are saying for a while now the meta is getting stale. It's the same decks over and over. So it's kind of cool to see that refresh happening. And now you're going to see a whole onslaught of new color combinations, different decks, different characters being played. Like some of these cards that are being brought back from those first 4 sets are cards you never would have thought would have been brought back, which is pretty cool to see, where cards where you kind of thought they definitely were going to be brought back were not brought back, like A Whole New World, Rapunzel. Like big cards like that are gone and not going to be able to use moving forward. So I don't know. It's very refreshing to me, honestly, to have this happen for Disney Lorcana.
Yeah, it gives characters and actions and items that might not have had the spotlight before a chance to shine because previously there were just better options. And now we also get the new cards printed with Fabled because Fabled is not just a reprint set. We do have a large chunk of reprints to make it easier for new and returning players, but we also have a bunch of new cards, which is super exciting.
Yeah, and like you said, you pointed out some of those before too. I'm really excited for the Dumbo cards coming out. That one, the Dumbo Legendary, is going right in my deck. I'm super excited for it. I think it's super powerful. As a Blurple player myself, it's kind of what I've been building the last couple of sets. I'm going to add that into the deck as well. So I'm really excited for Dumbo, and Mariano Moreno had some amazing art on Dumbo in that too. So really pumped for
plus evasive is just such a strong keyword ability that we have in Disney Lorcana that I'm excited to see more cards with evasive.
Yeah, it's just such a cool card. I don't know, I really like the job they've done with Fabled. I think it's a very good point in the game to do what they're doing.
I agree.
And the other thing about Fable 2 on the collector side of things, if you're thinking, well, I already have all of these cards for the most part, because it is majority reprinted cards, that's true. But now we have new rarities. That's a big thing for me. I'm a huge collector. So when I first heard they were making these new rarities, I was super excited. Because to me, that was one of the biggest things Disney Lorcana was missing on the collector side, was those extra rarities to be able to get in packs. So it's a whole new pack opening experience now with Disney Lorcana. Any thoughts on the new rarities?
Yeah, so if you don't know what we're talking about, new rarities, we've got the epic and the iconic cards. And they're full foil. The art is extended to the edge of the card, so they're almost like without a frame. So they kind of have the look of an enchanted. The iconics are more difficult to pull than an enchanted, and the epics are easier to pull for an enchanted. I think it makes opening packs so much more exciting. I think both of us had a little freak out moment from opening our booster boxes. I think I got almost just as excited as you did for an enchanted for my epic card, but it's kind of cool when you can get the shakes in your hands from opening a really shiny card, regardless of what the exact rarity is. I think having those unique art pieces of Disney characters to add to your collection, put in a nice binder. I'm very happy they did this because a lot of other trading card games have these different, more than one different art style that they open in a pack. So I think it's great that Disney Lorcana brought this along with Fabled. Do you want to spoil what card you opened from your box?
Yeah, it's right here actually. I have it right in front of me because I stared at it all. That was the Winnie the Pooh Honey Wizard card. Hopefully it's not blurry if you guys can see it, but okay, cool. Yeah, because that's the other thing too about Fabled. So with these reprinted cards, we're getting reprinted cards that were not enchanted before, but are now enchanted. Like this Winnie the Pooh Honey Wizard.
Okay, and I'll show off the one I got excited about. I also have it right here. This is what the epic looks like. So this is the one that's a little bit easier to pull, and it's from a Goofy movie, Stand Out. I was so excited to open this. You can see my hand even gets a little shaky holding it.
Yeah, it's so great. And too, with those epic cards too, so they're not just full arts, they're actually embossed a little bit too. So they're actually like some nice texturing to the cards also, which I really like. It's like, again, for me as a collector, this stuff was huge to come out in Fabled. Like I binder every set. Like I make sure I try and collect one of every card for the set on top of like my play sets for decks and stuff. So very excited to see this stuff come into Disney Lorcana finally.
Well, and I personally like foiling out the decks that I play. So a little bit different than putting them in a binder. I'm double sleeving them, and you'll see me putting them on the play field at League or Disney Lorcana challenges. They'll be out there. People are kind of shocked sometimes when they see me playing with my Enchanted, but I'm like, I opened it. I'm going to play with it. Don't worry.
And it's intimidating. Because they really, like, it throws someone off for a second. You're thinking of your next move, like, oh, there's an enchanted on the ground. That's, like, crazy. Very cool. And now, do you have certain favorite cards for yourself from the new set currently coming out?
Oh, yeah, I love Lilo, brave little explorer. The ability that she has when she comes in and pumps your whole team. That steel mechanic is something I've always been attracted to steel because of the focus around dealing damage. I've very much been drawn to those types of strategies. Similar to cards in Magic, there's a Goblin Bushwhacker card that pumps your whole team when you come in. So I think there's a possibility to do a really cheeky little steel amethyst or steel emerald deck where you're playing a lot of little characters and then play Lilo and pump them. I didn't open her yet though, so I'm gonna have to crack some more packs. What card are you most excited for out of Fabled?
Oh, I think that Dumbo card I mentioned, I probably am most excited for. Ones other than that though, the one drop Aurora and Amber, I did play. It's just an uncommon card, but I think it's super powerful. Just to get some low cost, especially if you're playing aggro decks too. It's kind of, I feel like replacing that Cinderella that got rotated out. I really do like that card a lot, which is good to see. I actually really like the new Minnie Mouse also that's coming out for Amber. The super rare version of that. I actually got it right here. So with that, your character's name, Mickey Mouse, gains support. Whenever this character quests, you may banish chosen exerted character with 5 strength or more. I think that's huge. Like if you have someone very powerful on the board, you can get rid of them right away, which I love. And it's only a 4-cost character too, and she's inkable. I actually really like that card a lot also.
Yeah, I think a lot of the new power line cards in Ruby are pretty unique as well. We have Singer coming to Ruby for the first time ever. So I'm excited to see not only the legendary power line, but we also have some lower cost power lines that you can use to shift. I think we're going to see those in some decks, and I would be curious to see if the Amber Steel Song deck of before becomes kind of a Ruby Steel Song, or maybe we'll see some Amber Ruby Singer decks. I can't wait to see what Singer in Ruby brings for us. I think that's really cool that we're starting to see some of singing songs. That's a really cool thing that is unique to Disney Lorcana, where you can cast actions just by exerting a character. I'm so glad they're giving that to other colors so that more players can experience that.
Yeah, I love it. Like I said, I think this is such a good jumping on point for so many folks, because I think it's the perfect time, because there's going to be so many new decks, so many new combinations. And if you haven't played before or been debating on playing, to me, this is the time to jump in. Like, I know they're not calling it the second chapter, but to me, it clearly is the second chapter of Disney Lorcana.
Yeah, it is. It's got everything from the first that you'd like, but everything that we've gained over the past 2 years. You get to experience some locations and other things that have been introduced since the initial launch of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we talk about all these returning cards. Is there certain cards that you're really surprised were not reprinted?
Oh, geez. Honestly, probably the biggest one, you already mentioned it, but A Whole New World. I think that card people have a lot of speculation around. It really made you recover in the late game. Everybody drew a new 7 cards, so it had some interesting drawbacks depending on when you used it. But I thought they might bring that one back, but
yeah, to me, that one definitely one at the top. Be Prepared, I think, is one everyone's been talking about too, is huge. Like, a lot of those board wipe cards are gone, which is, I don't know, I don't mind personally, but that was interesting to me. These big cards that kind of became synonymous with the game over this first challenge season are gone.
Well, and I liked that they took away one strong thing, but kept another. Like when I think about how they took away Be Prepared, they reprinted Maleficent. So you still have a high cost Ruby removal piece, but it's just getting rid of one character instead of wiping the whole board.
Yeah, that's true. And that's kind of like for me, that's why I love Hades in my Blurple deck. Like as soon as he comes in, get rid of one of yours. So there are still removal options within the game. So I like where they've gone. For me, is there one card personally for you where you were upset they got rid of?
Oh, I think we lost. Did we lose Beast, the Steel Beast?
Tragic Hero? Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved Beast Tragic Hero and played that card a lot. So I will be happy to play it in Infinity Constructed.
Very nice. For me personally, it's not a big card, but I think it was a staple for a lot of people. In my Blurple deck, I always played the Madam Mim cards. So I pretty much lost all those. Especially Madam Mim Fox was my biggest one. That's like, to me, the quick instant takeout that would bounce in, bounce out. And now all those are gone. I mean, there are like Madam Mim Rhino. We do have some others in there now too still, but that's my biggest one is Madam Mim Fox personally.
Okay, my other biggest one is probably Diablo. The whole Emerald series of Diablo, the little Diablo, the big Diablo. I really like drawing cards. Now I won't be able to as easily.
No, yeah. I mean, they definitely got rid of a lot of those big cards, which is interesting, but I like where they've gone with it again. I'm happy they've done what they've done. A lot of exciting things coming up, I think, over this next year for Disney Lorcana.
Yeah, I can't wait to play the first league after the pre-release, which is coming up soon as well. This weekend, in fact.
Yeah, August 29th pre-release is Friday as we're talking about it. Are you going to be heading to any pre-releases?
Yeah, I'm going to head to my local game store's pre-release. I love doing sealed. You get to play with all 6 ink colors, which is unique when we're usually restricted to 2. And it's just there's always a buzz of excitement when you've got that many people opening that many packs. Someone at your local game store is bound to open an Enchanted, and the community vibes of just everybody excited about the new set. Those are my favorite events to go to because it's such an even playing field. All the cards are new to everybody. Are you going to be going to an event?
So I'm going to an event, but not a pre-release, unfortunately. So this weekend coming up is actually Destination D23 in Disney World. So I'll be in Disney World for the release of Fabled. So actually I'm going to hit up Disney Springs. They did announce that they're going to have an exclusive promo card. And Christian Romero, a Disney Lorcana artist, is actually also going to be there signing autographs. And Ravensburger is also going to be at Destination D23 too. So should be some fun stuff going on there also, which I'm really excited about.
You're still going to have an epic Disney weekend.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
I hope they have some Fabled packs for you. Maybe you can get a couple folks together and do your own little 6-pack sealed.
That would be cool. Yeah, and maybe actually too, if you guys don't know what sealed is, if you're new to the game, so what we're talking about is you typically will get 6 packs and you build a deck around those 6 packs. Usually 40 cards. I've seen some people do 30 cards also. But it's a fun little way to make your own deck. And like Zbexx was saying, color combination doesn't matter. You can use all 6 colors during these too. It's actually my favorite way to play are these sealed events, honestly.
Yeah, it's nice because you get to play with cards once you get into looking at cards for constructed, you might skip over them or they might not be in your 2 colors to play. So you get to play with all of the cards that you open and really look at cards that have good keywords on them, like evasive, support, bodyguard, or, even characters that can quest for 2 or 3, kind of figure out what items might be advantageous for you to play. You get to play around with stuff and meet everybody. It's just such a great event.
No, it definitely is. And another cool thing they're actually doing a pre-release week, and I actually want to mention quickly, I almost forgot about, if you're over in California, Disney Lorcana is having Collection Quest at Disney California Adventure on pre-release weekend too. So a pretty cool way to actually get some free packs of Fabled, a special promo card that you can only get during this event in DCA. So if you're definitely in the area, totally head out there. I was actually just looking at the thing now. It looks like they give you this cool little portfolio, a pack of Fabled, and then this really amazing looking Belle Accomplished Mystic promo. It has some crazy foiling. Did you get to see that card? Yeah, it's so cool. It's going to be at Beast Library in DCA on August 29th, and it's while supplies last, so get there early if you can. I don't know if it's something where they'll sell out in one, well, not selling, they're free. We'll get rid of them in one day, or if it'll last for a little while, but if you're in the area and you haven't heard of that, definitely look into it. I'll actually post a link to it, I guess, in the description here too, for the event, but super cool if they're doing stuff like this. I hope we actually start seeing this not just in Disneyland, but Disney World too.
I am jealous of those of you who are closer to a Disney theme park. They're both plain miles away from me. So if you have the opportunity to go and get those cards, make sure you go early because a lot of times those things are a limited product. We don't know how many they have, but once they run out, they're probably out. So early bird always gets the worm on those types of things.
Yeah, and I know they've done something similar most recently on the Disney Cruise Line, which is kind of like out of nowhere. It wasn't announced. It was just like a test run they're doing, where something similar to that, where they give you certain things to do, and you can actually earn 5 different promo cards of the Fab Five, which is really cool because they actually have like all these water treatments on them too for the cruise line. So they're slowly getting into other things, which is really cool, not just for the collectors, but also just get people into the game, which is cool to see.
That's great. I hadn't heard of the cruise ship crossover. I love that. Disney has so many things globally that they can incorporate, and especially with Japan and China markets being brought in the past year, we have some real potential for some international promos that could be gotten.
Yeah, promos I feel like I'll never end up seeing. As a collector, that kills me inside. But like, I always try and get like everything possible that I can. So, but it's really cool to see all these promos coming out. And I like how it's also seeing like the differentiation of how the promos first looked to now. Like when they first came out, like we would just get the little symbol on the bottom, but now we're getting like all new treatments, embossing. So it's cool they're actually having the promos kind of go hand in hand to where they're being given out, which is cool to see. Yeah. I like how they're doing stuff like that.
Well, and usually you'll get a promo when you go and play an event at your store. I believe there is a pre-release promo for this one too.
Yeah, we have a pre-release and the buy a box promo for this event, for this coming weekend.
So even if you don't live close to Disney, you still have opportunities to get promos if you go down and play or buy a box.
Yeah, that's the other cool thing. I like how they started doing that too with the incentive to buy a box of the last couple sets, getting that extra promo. It helps. It definitely is something you like to do. And the same thing for pre-release. And a reason to go out there right away is getting those promo cards from the start, getting started. Because then on top of that, then you have your league promos, your pins. I think they've been doing storage box lately too. They are really building up those league variations of why you want to go out there other than to display.
Yeah. We've got pin traders incorporated, collectors incorporated. They've really, I feel like, added a lot to the game that whether you've been playing or you're just jumping in, it keeps getting more and more exciting as time goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, if you guys want to check out the Ravensburger Play Hub, that's going to show you all the events that are up in your area. So definitely check that out. Search over by your zip code. It will pull up all the events that are going on, whether it be for pre-release weekend and anything going forward. So if your local shop is set up with Ravensburger Play Hub, it should have everything outlaid for you of what they have coming up over on that site.
And your local shop should have switched to Ravensburger Play Hub. This is the first pre-release where local stores are going to be using this system. So if you're like, I haven't heard of that, it's new. It's really easy to sign up for an account. It's free, and it makes it really easy then to see your pairings and everything going on during the event if you have an account.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to try it out yet, so I'll be trying it out for the first time at League after pre-release. So I'm excited to see what it's like. I did sign up for my account, got my like little avatar and stuff too. Did you sign up for yours?
I did. I signed up for it right away, and same, this pre-release coming up this weekend on August 29th will be my first time actually using it. So I can't wait to get some experience on it and come back and tell you guys how it is. And of course, all of you will be using it as well when you go and play at your events.
Yep, yeah, I know they did a little stress test on it over on the Discord the other day. I took part of that, and it seemed like it went pretty smooth. I know, like, they really just want to see how many people they can get into. I think they had almost 2,000 people trying it out just over on the Discord to see if it can take the stress of so many people at once as they get ready for challenge season.
Which is good, because I have been a judge for other card games, and if you've ever run giant tournaments with regular tournament software, you know it cannot handle the load of getting matched people together. So it's really great that Ravensburger is putting in the groundwork to make sure everything runs smoothly. Let me tell you, having things go smoothly at an event keeps everybody happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Much needed. I'm glad to see they're putting in the effort for stuff like that too. They might have had some bumps in the road before, but they're learning from it.
One other change to mention that kind of has come in with Fabled, which is somewhat relevant. The best of 3 now is something that's going to be standard, where previously at challenges and some events got to choose how they were running their events. But moving forward, it's going to be best of 3 instead of best of 2.
Yeah, that definitely feels better. I feel like the best of two is tough. I mean, it just seemed like almost an instant split for a lot of people because the coin flip means a lot in this game. Like, there's really no way around that. It totally does. Maybe that changes a little bit with Fabled, but it definitely did for those first, how it has been lately. That coin flip meant a lot.
Yeah, as far as housekeeping goes, I also like the change. I know that playing and having a ton of draws feels like, wow, I didn't win or lose. I just drew. I'd almost rather lose just to know I need to get better, or I need to look at that matchup than be like, okay, another draw.
That's tough. But yeah, I think definitely going back to best three. I know there was a lot of talk when they first announced going to best of two. A lot of people weren't super happy with it. So it's good to see they're going back to that best of three format. You have a true winner, which is cool to see. I think it was wanted by a lot. They listened to the people, and it makes sense to go back that route. I'm glad they went back that route. A lot going on right now with Disney Lorcana. We're so close to the newest release, and then we already have things lined up now for the next like two sets after that too. So they're pumping them out, letting you know what's coming too along the way. We got Toy Story coming. My personal favorite, Darkwing Duck's going to be coming to the game, so I'm super excited for that. Anything that they have announced so far that you're excited for?
Yeah, the gargoyles. I know that Hunchback of Notre Dame is not a super popular property. I know that the movie has some PC issues, but Hunchback was one of my favorite movies growing up. I remember getting those gargoyles. They were like a cookies and cream cookie chocolate thing. I don't know. I just have a lot of memories. So seeing them in, I think is it Wishing in the Well? Is that the set that they're coming in?
Yes. Gargoyles is Whispers in the Well is Gargoyles. And then 2026, and we'll start seeing Toy Story, Darkwing Duck. So Gargoyles is in the next set, Whispers in the Well.
I can't wait. I hope they're steel.
Yeah, I could see that. I would assume steel or amethyst would be my thoughts.
I'm down for either of those.
But yeah, that was a great. I love all the Disney afternoon stuff. So going back to Gargoyles too, it's exciting. A lot of cool things coming up for Disney Lorcana. We have the puzzles coming up. I know a lot of people are talking about Ravensburger being a puzzle company. Those are here now very soon. I think, was it early September for those? I forget offhand.
Early September, yeah. And we get 4 out of the 6 ink colors will be available everywhere. The steel and the amethyst puzzles will only be available at Disney Springs or Disney World, Disneyland locations. Unless you're an international listener over in Europe, you can get any of the 6 colors. Lucky you.
Nice.
And they're each 1,000-piece puzzles. I really love Ravensburger's puzzles. They have really nice pieces that click together. I do a lot of puzzling, so I've done a lot of different companies' puzzles, and I'm super excited to finally see our Disney Lorcana characters. Even the one that I cosplayed, the Tinkerbell Tiny Tactician, made the steel box. So what a cool turn of events of not doing the giant fairy to get the Tinkerbell on the box.
Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, like to me, I don't do a ton of puzzling, but like my wife and I would typically do it like before bed just to kind of like decompress from the day, just get the puzzle table going. So we're definitely doing that. I'm sure I'll end up getting these 6 puzzles. I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming maybe if you're not near a Disney location, it might be over on DisneyStore.com, possibly to buy, hopefully, I would think, especially as we head towards Christmas season. Yeah, true. On Ravensburger's website too. So. Yeah, I know they have quite a few, which is cool to see. I'm really glad they're putting this in with Disney Lorcana puzzles now. It's something that a lot of people asked for from the start, especially with all such great art. I like how they're doing the collages. I'll actually just want to see some full art cards too as puzzles.
Yeah, as from a puzzle aspect, it's fun because with each color, they kind of have like strands of lightning of that color going through. And it'll be really fun to put the characters together first. And then you're probably going to have to figure out where all those little lightning pieces actually go. But you'll probably have some context clues. As far as putting a puzzle together, I think they definitely had some really great art designers collaging that all together. My puzzle mind is very excited.
No, that's super exciting. So much cool stuff coming up. Again, Fabled releases August 29th, and it'll be everywhere on September 5th. So if you don't have an LGS in your area, you'll be able to find it at the big box stores like Target, Walmart, Best Buy, all the usuals. We'll have it as well on September 5th. Just a little bit what to expect out of the podcast from us here too. We're going to hope to do this on a bi-weekly basis, releasing it over on YouTube as well as a podcasting platforms everywhere. We'll get that audio version up. So if you want to listen to your car, if you want to watch the video, up to you. Anything you want to add to it?
Well, we're doing this because we love Lorcana, and we also want your feedback of what you want to see on the podcast. I know we have some already future podcasts outlined of what we're going to talk about, but we do have a favorite card that we want to do on each episode, kind of a card highlight. So if you have a favorite card from Fabled, we've both shared a couple of ours. Make sure to put down in the comments your favorite card, and maybe it'll get highlighted on our next episode.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just set up an Instagram too. So if anyone wants to follow us over there, it's Play Lorcana Pod, at Play Lorcana Pod. I'll post it down below here too, so you guys can give it a follow if you'd like to there also. And yeah, hopefully come along with us on this journey. We'll try and do this on a bi-weekly basis. Especially, maybe if there's certain things to come out that are breaking, maybe we'll pop on every now and then too, out of nowhere. You never know. But we're excited for it. Zbexx, thanks for going along with this journey with me as well. It's the first episode of Play Lorcana Pod.
Yes, thanks so much, Hobbyist Novice. We're here for a wild ride, playing Disney Lorcana, having fun. We're the Play Lorcana Podcast.